Hey guys, and welcome back to the Force Gaming Group. Today I'm going to be showing you another replay of one of the practice games that we had from a few days ago. In this game we're going to have Raion as the orange Protoss versus Monomate the purple Zerg. This is mostly just for fun, but it's actually a pretty good game. Lasts for a while. I believe I was an observer during it, but it had been like a day or two ago, so I don't remember all of the fine details of the game. I just remember it's a good one, and we are definitely going to watch it. So we're going to get right into this. Pretty much the standard, doing their droning up, probing up, getting those workers. Looks like we're going to get a 9 pylon for Raion. It looks like he is going to put it down near the ramp to potentially get a block off since he is facing Zerg, which will definitely be good. We also have the Overlord coming out. It looks like he is sending it on a pretty straight path. Going to definitely make sure he can get in there. Since Protoss generally do not go Stalker first, they can always get some good data with their Overlord, so that's always great. Also looks like Monomate does the 11 trick to make sure he gets an extra drone out faster, and then he pops out his other Overlord, which was probably dropped down at 9 supply also. He is chrono boosting out some probes, so he will definitely have some good probe action in the beginning. Want to make sure he has that supreme economy, definitely get ahead, especially since Zerg early game economy is the harder issue, because if they push against you it is a problem. And it looks like Raion now has his scouting probe in here, not really doing much, just sent it down, little micro slip. He will probably, oh no, I thought that drone was going to go for a fast expand hatchery, but it did not. It looks like he will stand there and what, no, it looks like he moves, and another drone coming down, gonna get the hatchery. Raion is gonna miss the block, unfortunately. But he is going to at least see that that is up, and he is going to see this extractor soon, so he will know that he is going hatchery first and then to extractor. Not going pool second. That's a little unusual of a build. Definitely waiting for a 16 pool. That is, you want to make sure you get some supreme economy, I guess. So hopefully Raion does not 4-gate him or he will be crushed. Okay, gateway came down at 12 supply, I believe, and it just finished up. Looks like we got a probe sitting here. That shouldn't happen. He does have his assimilator up though, and it looks like this drone is here to check out the base. Will he steal again? No, okay. He is just going to continue to check out the base. Raion is now putting down his cybernetics core, which is good. He'll be able to get some stalkers and sentries. Also looks like he has another gateway that's going to be going down here, so he can finish off this block. I think this gateway is a little far. If he wants to finish his block, he's going to have to put a third building, and he will not be able to block off with just a zealot. So that is some unfortunate placement, but that may be based off of how the map works. Also in production, it looks like that spawning pool had finally gone down and is going up. It is almost here, and we have some, oh sorry, that's the overlay. That is totally movable, and I forgot about that. Okay, back into the game. We have just, some overlords coming out. Looks like, they're mostly just doing the early game stuff. We have 6 Zerglings coming out though. I think that's a little heavy on Zerglings in the beginning. But since he went 16 to a pool, he can definitely use the 6 Zerglings because he is a little over in the drone count. Let us check it out. It is 21 pros versus 17 drones. So actually, no, he is farther behind. Quite surprising since he waited for such a late pool. We have a pylon here to check the back rocks. Raion is not surprised by anything unusual, and it looks like his first zealot is about to come out. He will have it rallied right here to create a very good choke. Unfortunately, it is not a perfect choke, and Zerglings could get past that, but we will see what happens. Third gateway has gone down. 6 Zerglings are out. Queen has been made, and it looks like he is throwing down a Roach Warren. Looks like he was moving that queen out, but then he just stopped, so maybe he's just repositioning. He has not grabbed the second gas at either of them. He does have a queen at both. 4 Zerglings sitting here. He has a drone up on the Zalnaga tower. I honestly think he could pull that back and use one of these Zerglings to take that tower, or at least take a tower for each of these Zerglings. He does not need this Overlord and 2 Zerglings blocking this, or watching these rocks, but that's his own choice, I guess. Stalker has come out for Raion, and Sentry has come out also, so he will be able to force field that ramp if needed. Another gateway has come out, so that is going to be the 4-gate. Looks like he is dropping down some more pylons, and his warp gate research has just finished. He was chrono boosting that. Let us also check to make sure, yes, he is still above in the probe count, and he does have both gases up. Down in the Zerg base, it looks like we do finally have that other gas up. Another spew just came down, and Lair is about to come up. Since he's going to go Roach, he may go for Burrowed Roaches or Roach Speed. We're not completely sure. I do not, okay, he's just about to start that creep spread, I believe. He hadn't started it yet. He does have only 2 queens out at the moment, yes, and he is not producing another one yet, so he will be a little low on energy. Needs to be careful. He should probably produce a 3rd queen just for that. He does have 4 roaches out. We'll go back to the production tab to see exactly what's going on. We have 4 more roaches coming. The warp gates are up, and Raion is starting his first push. He made sure to have this pylon here so he could warp down onto the low ground if needed. Gonna help push out that overlord. Unfortunately, Alex went farther into his base and he does not have anything to push, so Monomate will just reposition that and they will deal with that. Looks like Raion grabs the Zelnaga tower to see if he can see anything. He does not see much though, and he will probably be pushing out soon. We have some overlords sitting in the front above the roaches. He's probably about to move those, and it looks like that metabolic boost, and yes, he went with the roach speed. So we will have roach speed soon, and that will definitely be good to make sure that he can go a lot faster. He may get burrowed roaches later on in the game. I am not sure. 10 Zerglings coming out, 1 roach. He definitely sees his push. He's prepping for it. He wants to make sure he has enough units. It looks like Raion takes down Overlord, does that. Yes, it supply blocks him, so he will have only the army he currently has. He cannot reproduce until he gets more Overlords coming in. Overlords being rallied to the front, might want to start pushing that one to the back. He does have some stalkers out that could be detrimental, and he still has this pretty well guarded. That's okay. That has not been broke. Looks like we have a few sentries. That metabolic boost and the roach speed is almost done. Looks like Raion is going for a +1 to weapons upgrade. Want to do some more damage to that. Very good. He is, unfortunately, I do not, yes, he has put up a proxy pylon, so he will be able to warp in more units during combat. There we go, got a couple more. Will he start the attack? He is pretty low on minerals, keeping on that gas, that is very good. Zerg a little high, but he is spreading that creep. Still, I do not think he has 3 queens. No, he is still on 2, and he is going to start falling behind a work account because he has to keep building up units to try to get this. That was a very good block. He pulled off. Force fields, very good. Roach had a good arc. If he hadn't force fielded there, it could have been very bad for him. Coming in with some more stalkers and zealots. Gonna go for another push. His sentries are pretty low on energy though, so he has to be careful. He could definitely have a problem here. Queen coming up. Okay, Queen's gonna hold back. Another couple force fields. He's a little too close here. He needs to back up, but those force fields are doing good. A lot of roaches were not doing anything. They're getting funneled in. Oh, he has a whole bunch of them in the front. He needs to pull back a little more. Okay, force field is gone. I think these sentries are finally out of energy, and it looks like Monomate will be able to clean up this push. Oh, we got some reinforcements coming down. Maybe that will help, and it looks like they're both going to back off. Unfortunately, this proxy pylon is still here, so Raion can still continue to push. It looks like he is just about to get that +1 damage upgrade, and he has a ton of probes. He has not expanded yet. That is probably an issue, and he is going to need to do that. He does have the minerals to do it, and he is definitely oversaturating himself there. It looks like he is 7 probes ahead of in the worker count, and in production we will look to see what's going on. It looks like we do have that burrowed roach speed. We do have burrow being researched. We also have carapace being researched. Tons of stuff happening in the Zerg base, and it looks like he is going for his 3rd hatchery. Evolution chamber almost done. I believe that was the 2nd one. Yes, it is the 2nd evolution chamber, so he will start getting those upgrades out pretty soon. 8 Zerglings coming out. Pretty good massive units. It looks like he is doing well on supply. Also, this expansion seems a little unsaturated, but he should be fixing that momentarily. I think he wants to make sure he has enough units to go for a good push, or to definitely make sure he can protect himself since he got attacked by a 4-gate. It also looks like Raion here is throwing up his expansion, starting to warp in some units. Yes, this is simulator ready, and he has some good pylon placement. He will definitely be able to get this up, start spending some more of that money. He may transfer some of those drones, hopefully. Yes, right there, we're going to transfer some drones. And it looks like we're all good. Okay, and is he teching to anything else, or is he going to stand for you? There we go. We have a robotics facility down. He is throwing down another pylon to make sure he does not stay blocked. When you have those warp gates up, having those pylons up is definitely very important. Oh, it looks like we have some rock harassment. Stalkers are going to come in, start shooting those down. He probably won't have to back up. That's a lot of Zerglings, a lot of roaches, but he does back up. He probably could have pushed that rock. He had a lot of units. He would have only lost a few. But what he could have been doing was some harassment to pull the army back, but Raion did not fall for this. He kept his army in its position. He has plenty of sentries, a good amount of energy, and it looks like Monomate will back up. He is just about to get this third base up. He can start getting that one saturated. Unfortunately, this one is not well saturated, so he will still need to work on the drone count. He needs to slow down on unit production when it comes to Army. Raion is in no position to move out right now. He is just getting this base up. He has not grabbed this gas yet, and he is just starting to build Immortals. He has no farther tech. He has not gone for a support base. He has not gone for a Templar Archives. We will see what he will decide to do. And it looks like he says he is not feeling good tonight. Mostly questioning his play, even though he is still in a pretty good position. No one is definitely, the complete winner. We definitely have a lot more army count for, for Monomate, but that, Zerglings or Zerg need a lot more units when it comes to fighting against Protoss. Protoss units are definitely worth their weight in gold for each one of them. Oh, and it also looks like I had missed a building. I apologize. Looks like he does have a Hydralisk den up. Yes, he has put it up back here, and he is researching +2 Zerg missile attack that will also help his roaches. +2 Zerg Carapace and Groove Spine, so he will get increased range, I believe it is. Yes, a +1. He has he's still spewing. Looks like he has 1 queen for each base. He does not have any other extra queens, so his creep highway will be a little slower. He is trying to saturate this, but he is starting to fall behind in the worker count. Looks like he came up here to check to see if there was an expansion. He may potentially throw up another expansion. He is running pretty high on money, and he needs to start spending it on workers. It looks like we have an observer coming in, but there was an overseer there, and the queen will take that out. He will only see a part of the Zerg army. He will miss all of these Zerglings. They're actually in a good position to where if Raion had moved out, he could get a very good surround with his Zerglings, kind of sandwiching in between these two places around right here. Looks like we have a lot of gateways coming up. He is just going to continue to stay on this gate tech. Did he come up with... No, he still has robotics facility. I do not see a Templar Archives. We will go back to production just in case I happen to miss it. He is throwing up some photon cannons though, definitely building himself in here, looking for some hard do-base play. And it looks like the Zerg had come up and broke these... Oh no, he did not. He just checked for a base. He threw an Overlord up there. He's checking for this base. He wants to see when Raion expands. Will he break these rocks to take the base himself? And it does not look like he is going to. He is starting to saturate this base. This base is still actually kind of not well saturated. I think that's the biggest issue here, is the Zerg is not droning enough during downtime. Looks like he is going to come up with some roaches to re-harass these rocks. He wants to make sure that he has multiple angles to attack Raion from, but Raion is going to come up from behind, and he is going to put those roaches right against those rocks. They may get destroyed. He does have some cannons up here and a few stalkers, but that will definitely not hold those roaches. He needs to come up and defend that, but unfortunately the Zerglings are all down here. Oh, they are breaking those rocks. He could come up for a good sandwich, and he could definitely clean up Raion right now. His warp gates are up though, so he can start warping in a lot of units. He has plenty of minerals and plenty of gas, throwing up that extra gas, throwing up some extra pylons. Definitely want to make sure. He also has Blink being researched. Twilight Council had gone down. I apologize for missing that. Hive coming up for Monomate, so he will start being able to get the Greater Spire, Ultralisks, and all other Tier 3 tech, which will be very good. Hydra is doing good. Major battle. There was some good force fields here. Definitely put those Hydras in the back. He is going to clean this up. Good defense. He is coming up with more Stalkers. Those sentries are about, some of them are at half. Most of them are actually full energy. He can definitely push out farther. Looks like he's going to continue on the pursuit. He has to watch out on that creep though, because if Monomate comes out with a lot of units, they are a lot faster on creep and he could be taken out. I think he's being a bit cautious. He could have actually pushed into the base, but it looks like Raion will come back and take out this third expansion, and Monomate will get some reinforcements. He will be able to push back. His creep highway does not go all the way down there, so there will be a small slow spot. He will have some sentries to do some good force fields. He does take out that expansion. He continues to move back. Roaches pop out. He's going to take out those units. And it looks like Monomate is, yes, he is pulling back. He knows that he will not win that fight, and he needs to move to a different location or to attack Raion himself to pull his push back. Also looks like Raion